What a wonderful privilege and joy it is to be included in this very significant program and event on today. During this period, as we celebrate the life and legacy of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., we remember his commitment to life, nonviolence, and justice for the most vulnerable. A logical extension of Dr. King's commitment to nonviolence is embodied in the cause that we've gathered around on today: justice for the unborn and living fully until the Lord takes us home through natural death. We're gathered here today to affirm and to defend life. Brothers and sisters, I stand with all of you to affirm our commitment to life, and we've come to celebrate life. Psalm 139 says, "You created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." We joyfully agree with the psalmist in his recognition of God as creator of each and every child, molding us in our mother's womb and shaping us before we are visible to other people. We proclaim the value of life at every stage, and we proclaim the right to a natural death. According to Deuteronomy 28:50, it is a hard-faced nation who will not respect the old or show mercy to the young. So let us protect the vulnerable, elderly, and sick among us who are targeted for euthanasia, especially poor, black, and brown people. As we celebrate life, we also stand against all those who would seek to destroy it for the convenience of society or because of the powerlessness of the vulnerable. We stand to defend them because we are committed to God, or by God, to champion the cause of the defenseless. He himself declares that the widow, the orphan, and the stranger should all enjoy his special protection. And James 1:27 says, "Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress." Abortion is the deliberate destruction of a human being. As such, it is contrary both to biblical principle and to natural law, both of which prohibit the taking of innocent human life. The most basic command in this regard is found in Exodus 20:13. "You shall not commit murder." And our commitment as Christians to defending human dignity and proclaiming the human rights of all impels us to speak out forcefully against abortion. As a community of faith rooted in the Black Christian experience and tradition, it is our special responsibility to oppose this injustice called abortion. For centuries in America, our people have been victims of the denial of human dignity and equal rights, and even after the abolition of slavery, we were treated in law and practice as inherently inferior because of our race. This was manifested in an appalling variety of ways. And when we speak out in defense of vulnerable babies, we do so from conviction shaped by the tragic experience of the Black community in the United States. We must support pregnant women in need. We must help any woman carrying a child in difficult personal circumstances. We must treat her with love and compassion. We must help her to say no to abortion, even when it's very difficult to say no. Fathers must fulfill their responsibilities to the mothers of their children, and they must be responsible for their children also. All of us must do everything we can to help both men and women avoid unwanted pregnancies. We must provide financial, emotional, and practical help to the poor, and we must provide it under challenging circumstances. The support we offer must be long-term. It must be systemic to meet a wide variety of needs that mothers and their children face. This is especially important for the Black community, where abortion has had a catastrophic impact. Nationally, there are 365 Black babies aborted for every 1,000 babies that are born. In 2013 in New York City, there were more Black babies aborted than there were Black babies born. And nationally, the abortion rate among Black women is much higher than among other demographic groups. The elderly and the terminally ill among us are also very vulnerable populations, but they deserve our compassion and the highest level of care in their time of great need. As Christians, we know that Christ is present with us in our suffering. God is an ever-present help in time of trouble. So across the country, efforts to institute physician-assisted suicide laws violate our cherished principles of reference for every human life. And we must not take on the divine right to determine the span and length of each person's life, but we must remain vigilant to stem the tide of acceptance of euthanasia that threatens our nation. Together, we can roll back the culture of death. Together, we can block efforts to pass physician-assisted suicide laws. Together, we can turn back the spread of abortion. Let us rely on our powerful God in this fight. His will is to bless all those who suffer. Let us be his hands. Let us be his feet in helping pregnant women in need. Let us be his servants and serve the sick and the elderly. He will bless us if we do this. And may God bless you in the struggle and in the fight. And may by God's grace we be effective, and may we win this fight. God bless you.